Yesterday, in conversation with a financial planner, I was asked what did I think was the most complicated thing about navigating the college financial aid process. To me, it's not the application, it's not using the tools, it's about the conversations that parents have with their children about money and saving for college. When it comes time to apply for financial aid, in a nutshell, the parent's income and assets is out there for their son or daughter to see. And this might be the first time that parents have had any conversation with their son or daughter about money. So today, I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about some questions or share some questions with you that could help you in navigating the money conversation so that in the senior year, when you complete the applications, it's not a surprise. I know these conversations can be tricky and there can be a lot of emotion, but it's never too early to start these conversations. The first thing that you might want to talk to your son or daughter about is what you are or are not doing relative to saving for college, whether that be through a 529 plan or any other investment vehicle that you are using. And you should be able to do some research to find out how far that savings will go and what the growth of that savings will mean, whether your son or daughter is in 8th grade or 11th grade. So talking about what you have saved is very, very important. The other thing that's important to talk about is whether or not there will be some life-changing events between the time you have this conversation and the time your son or daughter is done with college. If you are an older parent, it's important to talk about what your retirement goals are and where you will be living and what your income will be like. Often I've had experiences with families working at colleges where the parent has said that they will be retiring during their child's sophomore year in college. And with that, there is often the expectation that there will be more financial aid, and that's not often the case. So it's important to share with your son or daughter your goals for retirement or whether there will be other life-changing events like additional children in college or whether or not you will have your parent or a grandparent moving into the home or if you plan on moving out of state or even a divorce can complicate the financial aid process. Some of the questions that your son or daughter might be asking you is, do you want to contribute to their education? And that is a really good question because I have seen parents who don't want to contribute to their son or daughter's education, and your child should know that now. So I would encourage you to get together and talk about your shared commitment in this investment. The other thing that I think is important to discuss when you're talking about money is whether or not your son will be working or your daughter will be saving through gifts that you'll be receiving for Christmas, for Easter, for birthdays. Saving while in high school is incredibly helpful in paying for extracurricular expenses and books that you might need during the first few weeks of school. So getting a summer job, working after school, if you can squeeze in the time, is always a really good idea. If you have grandparents, aunts, uncles, nieces, and nephews, we can all use an additional dollar to put into savings. And using a savings vehicle like the 529 plan is not a bad idea. Anyways, those are a couple of tips for having conversations with your son or daughter and planning for college. In a real quick recap, make sure that you're thinking about future changes that will happen while your son or daughter is in college. Talk to them about what you have or can save, what you can stretch out of your monthly paycheck, and that your commitment is to support them through graduation, whether it takes 4, 5, or 6 years. Don't hesitate to have these money conversations. During the senior year, you will complete the FAFSA, and your son or daughter will have access to your income and asset information. So there's no time like the present to start sharing this information. Get the wigglies out so that there's not any discomfort so that you can enjoy the process. My name is Catherine Graham. I am the founder of the Financial Aid Shop, and I'm looking forward to working with you to support you in the college search and financial aid process, so that you will select a college based on financial fit for long-term financial success for both you and your student. No matter where your son or daughter goes to school, they're going to be great.